And it was a clean play too. I think when that Xavier came out, we were all like, huh? And then it just worked out so well. And that's the thing, TLID is able to play the early game. They're able to also push to a later game if need be. So RRQ really needs to dig deep here. TLID first pick, do they save? They don't have to pick Mage right now, right? Mage is already picked on the side of RRQ.
Yep.
They could hold out, lock in the XP or roam right now, and there goes the Cho. So well done. There's your dive to the back line right there. There's your answer to catch the Bruno or catch the Aurora.
Can't even kick the Fred.
Yeah.
Melt them down before he can cause havoc.
And now we gotta ask, how does RRQ Hoshi respond to this, right? I mean, Katat is still available. Ruby would be
They're
good
known
here.
to pick a Ruby on first pick.
Edok played a Ruby.
They're known to do it, especially against a draft like this. This is actually almost the exact draft that they picked Ruby against before. Could be something they lock in.
It's a strong frontline composition right now. From the side of TLID, the Cho, the Hilda, the Suyo. Anything with crowd control could be a problem. Is Tig still available?
Tig is open.
There you go.
They could dig. Let's see.
Oh!
There's the Ruby. Edok special. Thrown on a Benedetta for Dyron for good measure. So far unbeaten in M6.
And I like even the Benedetta. You get the Benedetta, and you get to make up. You get to do damage EXP because you have a tank jungle.
All right. We're seeing here Aran, real quick before this pick gets locked in, doesn't like to eat nasi. He's not a big fan of rice. What he does like is durian, and he wants to try Milo cheese. I'll share a Milo cheese with you if you want to try that out. One more pick here. What's in mid for TLID?
Vexana?
I think you just go the Valentina here.
Valentina? You can take the I'm Offended. It could work. You could go to the Vexana.
Frigid Glacier, you get the whole package possibly.
Stars brought us here.
Wait a second.
That was
Wait a second,
that's a Novaria. Another long-range sniper.
It's still a poke, and it definitely helps with the setup because, again, no bush is going to be unchecked with the way TLID drafted here. Game 2 has been locked in. I hope y'all are ready for the action. Naisu and Ian will be at your service for this one.
Thank you, panel, for breaking down Game 2's draft. I love it, man. I love it when new heroes obviously come out for the first time throughout the tournament. This time around, it's Novaria. Ingan, it's been a minute since we've seen Novaria.
Man, they used the Savior, and now they want to go for another ranged artillery mage. The Novaria is back. Could provide a lot of good vision for TLID.
Again, looking at this too, comfort pick still also for RRQ. Is it enough to even out the series? That is the question as we get ready to load up into the land of Dawn. Once again, RRQ Hoshi wants to bring this to a victory now. Based on their lineup, that's a little bit different, obviously. You know, I'm glad that we are seeing this Fredrin start to pop up once again, especially when you have a certain game plan and idea how you approach the game. Look at this, Dyron and Aaron. Aaron should be fine. Actually, hold on, Dyron looking for the kill. Does take a couple shots. Aaron's gonna actually be able to back off. Still revitalized for both of them, still available. But that's the thing, you know, some of this early action to start things up, but also to start things up for you guys at home. If you haven't yet, grab the M6 pass. It's now available. You can hit level 75 for free up until December 29th. Make sure you go ahead and grab it while you can. A couple shots already to keep Edok in check. What do we feel about the Edok pick once again, this Ruby against that Cho?
I mean, it's a good answer whenever Widdy decides to dive. There's the Don't Run Wolf King that can disrupt the momentum that Widdy can do whenever he decides to go in with a Jit Kundu plus a Wave the Dragon combination, just like what we're seeing right now coming in from RRQ.
What's interesting about this as well is the fact that, you know, I wish we had a count for how much damage is contributed, because that's 3 concussive blasts for RRQ Hoshi. And if they get the lockdown or the setup on the right moment, whether that's the Frigid Glacier, whether that's even just Edok setting things up, some of that concussive blast, if it's all procced at the same time, can actually burst down and be a surprising form of damage. Now Aran gonna get caught into the jungle again.
He did, however, force out the flicker coming in from Rins. Now TLID wants to go for more, popping into the revitalize, but they're gonna bring down Sutsujin, wanting more. Edok in trouble. The Queller is gonna hit, but it's not gonna be enough to take down Edok.
Not gonna be enough, but that'll be enough to go ahead and make them swing towards this turtle. It's TLID already off to a good start in the early game. trying to replicate what they did previously, and Dyron won't be able to do anything about it. So they go ahead and grab themselves the objective, and now eyes set on the purple buff. Trying to put pressure here to make things worse.
Okay, trying to work on Dyron, and just looking at how the game's going right now, Aran has been playing phenomenal, unbothered in his own lane. Important to note that Dyron opted for the Benedetta type of sustain because he has the Concussive Blast and the Festival of Blood, and his battle spell is the Revitalize.
It's going to be crucial for him. Again, we've seen iterations of the Benedetta already through even the Swiss stage and up to this point a couple different times. But that tankier Benedetta also, depending on what kind of item build he goes to, could help out. Whoa, Dyron forced to pop that Revitalize just as we mentioned it. But now here.
Oh, they're going to catch Widdy. Here comes the taunt. And all of a sudden they bring down Widdy the Wise. Energy Eruption also connecting. That's why Widdy, he didn't have time to react. He couldn't get away from RRQ.
That's why the Ruby's so good. You know, we saw this just recently, and it's a great pick. Edok loves to go ahead and play around this, and that's exactly what they have to do. They have to kind of catch people out from TLID, whoever that's going to be. Most of the time it is going to be Widdy because he's going to be the one trying to set things up. Now, if they do go for Aran later on, then they need enough damage to follow through that, and they just don't have that right now.
Yeah.
But eventually, even when Skylar becomes online, you know, the fact that he already got an early kill will help him scale up against Aaron Shiki. But now Fabian,
okay, one more Queller. Didn't even have to use it as Fabian picks up the kill onto Dyron. Not a good start for this Benedetta.
Fabian only having the Hunter Strike. Does get a flicker out from Hezkill, so he's going to be fine. Widdy also checking things out on this side of the jungle. Skylar joining him. Not sure if they're going to actually follow through. Widdy half health, but the Turtle's up. And they are everywhere. It just seems like there's a cavalry in every side of the map, putting pressure all over RRQ Hoshi as they go ahead and now rotate. Look at that push, too, that Fabian was able to manage to take up top, and that's why you see him. You know, he broke a record in the previous game. We'll see if he's off to it doing the same here now. Turtles for the taking. A couple check shots here on Edok, but Rins wants to get a position for this Nair and will hold them at the bay right now as Fabian keeps things going. The rest of the team is already making their way here, though. They might want to break out a fight here.
That's a good Astral Echo, just a stun. And here comes the Jit Kundu combination. But Edok gets the turtle. Here comes TLID onto attack, though.
Widdy.
Aran forced to use the Revitalize. RRQ Hoshi still standing strong. They're forcing TLID to retreat, but Arando keeping RRQ Hoshi at bay.
Keeping them at bay, tanky enough, but hey, 1-1 for the Turtles right now. And RRQ Hoshi trying to keep things in tow, you know, not get too out of hand. Again, Skylar able to go ahead and just kind of farm up, do what he needs to do. We've seen this matchup so many times now, the Bruno versus the Granger. Aran might get caught here, though.
Okay, now they're trying to work on Aran. 4 members up against him. He's not going to be able to out-sustain that. And that's going to make Aran overthink, can I really out-sustain or can I really dive deep?
You know, eventually, yes, he will be able to continue to do that. He just doesn't have much right now, you know? He's essentially still working on the first item. He's got the leg plates at least to help with some of the physical defense, but ultimately he needs more time. Even when the Revitalize is down, you know, and that's why the catch is so good from RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah.
They just need to be able to follow through with the damage, and now the focus on this tier 1 in the bottom lane. Conceal!
Edok goes in with I'm offended play. Rinto on the other hand. Widow for the backline, working on Sutsujin. They're going to bring down Edok, and the Star Shutter brings down Rins as well. A bit of an overextension for RRQ, and a great response from TLID.
Wow, they were feeling pretty good about that initiation, and then they got checked really quickly. I mean, even just a face full of Rhapsody from Aaron Shiki, not where you want to be if you're Edok. So with that, they'll go ahead, kind of reset at this point. Oh, wow. The steal from Hezkill, able to get it with the shot from down under.
And now they're going to gank up onto Dyron as they take down the bottom lane turret. Here comes Fabian with the stun. Even with the Revitalizer, you cannot out-sustain 3 members of TLID.
You know, at this point, he is really going to feel like the ghost. You know, just kind of roaming around from a distance and then taking things from you out of your hands. Hezkill, once again, loves these long-range heroes. You know, we saw the preview of the Xavier earlier on, and now with the Novaria. This turtle, though, definitely going to the hands of TLID. Everybody not wanting to approach this area. They don't want to get whittled down. They don't want to get caught. Widdy as well, holding down that front side with Aaron. So this is, once again, a lead for TLID that they can just capitalize on. Just like in the previous game, RRQ Hoshi trying to scrap up what they can, and every time their flickers are down, they could get caught out. You know, they could easily get taken down by a setup from TLID.
And just like that, Aran's just gonna hide in the bush, use the passive, heal up, and then continue his dominance, his over-aggression, providing a lot of vision for TLID. They do, however, have a 3.8k gold lead. Now they go on a conceal. They might go for Dyren down bottom.
They went down there, but Dyren able to get back, disengages. Skylar is going to be the saving grace right now, at least in terms of this Bruno, already sitting at 2-0. Working on his next item. He's got the Haas Claws and Berserker's Fury already locked in, so working on his next Malefic Gun. Once he gets that, once that's locked in, he will be able to actually go ahead and fight with space and some of that extra range to keep TLID in check. But right now, they just need so much time, because look at the pressure Fabian's doing alone by himself. They might try to go for Fabian.
They're trying to go for Fabian though. But again, it's not going to continue. Edok commits already the I'm offended play onto Aran, but Aran remains unbothered. As TLID, just look at the macro. Just look at how they're controlling the map. They have tanky frontliners in Widdy and Aran. So right now, RRQ Hoshi's having a hard time trying to respond to the aggression of TLID, as Aaron Shiki will get the turret up top.
Turret falls, and TLID looking for more. A couple shots always from a distance. And Yehezkel, all he has is a glowing wand. He's got the Enchanted Talisman at this point. So he's going to continue to build up. And Fabian, you know, you can already see the previews of the damage. That's why Leo was talking about the damage profile. You know, that was what's important, especially for TLID. It's hard to play against that when you have this kind of range. You know, how do you approach these fights when you have to get in range to set things up if you're RRQ Hoshi? You know, you're not going to be starting anything from this. Dyren.
Okay. Power Wilderness will connect. And now they're trying to gank up onto Dyren. Fabiando still has the Queller. He's not going to commit it. Dyren escapes with Electo Final Blow. Again with Star Shatter connecting onto Skylar, the proper target, and TLID. Oh! Winning with a kick! Catching Enoch right away as they try to work on the Lord. And all of a sudden, TLID, they're stepping on the gas. Aran has to revitalize though. When he again with a conceal, he has the Jit Kundu. Will he commit it though? TLID.
Wow, they're going to get actually forced off. So with that, it is going to reset, so doesn't matter. They go in for it.
Flicker in, Frigid Glacier, but Aran is going to get caught here. Taunt, Energy Eruption, and Dyren finally has a kill. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and RRQ Hoshi kiting away the Lord.
Aran's out of this, and now still fighting for this Lord. Getting in position. Dyren does have that Revitalize available if he decides to kind of go in, tank things up. Winnie, though, once again, has the Way of the Dragon available.
That's Sonata.
Oh.
And they blocked it! They blocked that Sonata coming in from Hiroshiki! And Sutsujin just soaking up the damage! He's gonna fall down! Enoch as well! But a kill spree coming in from Skylar. Now they're trying to work on Dyren. A 2-for-1 trade, Widdy for the price of Enoch and Sutsujin.
I think they're still gonna try to delay this out. Aaron Shiki though, and Skylar in the mid lane.
That's another Rhapsody! One more Star Shatter! Is it gonna connect? Boom! And it missed!
Whoo! That was close. But ultimately, what a fight for the Lord. Came down to it, and TLID will get that, and Aaron, running for his life, won't escape from Rids.
Woo. Imagine if that Star Shutter connects, the TLID is going to make quick work of the outer turrets. They did secure the Lord, but still Skylar remains deathless, 3-0-1, and when we approach the 15-minute, 16-minute mark, when it's really activated, and when RRQ Hoshi starts to work around, starts to play around the fact that they have the Bruno, this is going to be crucial for TLID to end this early.
You can see it right there. You know, Skylar is up there on the damage meters. Like I said, he'd already had the Malefic Gun eventually for that fight. Aaron Shiki now picking up the Sky Piercer. So now this is where Aaron Shiki looks to go ahead and pop off, get the stacks. They're going to walk in with this Lord. And as long as Skylar has that space to work with, the only unfortunate thing is he doesn't have a flicker now, so he's got to rely on the peel of his team and also positioning. He'll go ahead and work on the Lord. Oh, there's the pull!
They're going to commit the Frigid Glacier and bring down Fabian. On the other hand, Arando got caught up by the Energy Eruption coming in from Susujin Edok. Will he continue to play TLID? Works on the mid lane turret, so that's still a trade RRQ Hoshi was waiting for, a shutdown onto Fabian.
That's a good shutdown. Again, going to the hands of Skylar too. Just dealing with the Lord. They dealt with the push. get a little bit of extra thousands gold there. Witty goes in with a kick.
Off-angle kick, and now the counter punish from RRQ Hoshi, forcing out the flicker
Skylar?
from Witty. Aran, though powerful wilderness, might be able to take down Edok on Skylar quite low. And now they're on the sandwich play as they try to work on Sojin as well. I'm offended play. Aran might be safe, but they take down Skylar. Now Witty with a conceal. Aran will be traded for Skylar.
Oh man, Skylar almost got away, then they concealed, then the pull came through, and he ends up dying in that clash. So a whole lot happening there. RRQ Hoshi, though, ultimately getting some important shutdowns and gold in their pockets, maybe allowing them to go ahead and have a fairer chance against the next Lord take. They've got plenty of time, about a minute or so, to go ahead and readjust and recalibrate. But Team Liquid ID, you know, they want to fight. There was some positioning there too. And Aaron Shiki still has not gone down yet. So Skylar getting a little bit aggressive, and even earlier in that fight, you know, he didn't have the flicker available, so he was doing that, you know, just a pure positioning and skill.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he actually goes and adjusts his game plan now that he at least has a flicker. Still working on the next defensive item if he's able to get the Wind of Nature eventually. But right now he just doesn't have it. And you can see them slowly but surely, RRQ Hoshi getting some work in this game done, but still, how do they fare against the Lord coming up?
I mean, looking at the utility, they have Yes Kill with the Navari that can provide a lot of vision, a lot of slows, not to mention the Astral Echo increasing the hitbox of the members of RRQ Hoshi. So the Jeet Kune Do, the Way of the Dragon, will connect properly for TLID as Dyron trying to work on Favia, and the Lord has spawned. Let's see if RRQ Hoshi can contest.
They are in that vicinity, so they're going to wait. They're going to try and clear up that long lane. Aaron Shiki will go ahead and start this up. Rins picking up the Wishing Lantern. They want to get in position. Conceal or to use. Witty going in.
Now they're going to catch Aran there. Vigilator is going to connect onto two. Skylar, on the other hand, just doing the free hit. Going to bring down Witty. One member down, but exchange for Sutsujin. No retribution holder for RRQ, and TLID will get the Lord. Aaron Shiki's not done. Popping the Pride of Ice. And Rins with the flicker out to make sure he escapes, but TLID gets the Lord with a 4.7k gold lead.
Big Lord take again. Witty, you know, starting things up with Conceal, goes in. But that's the thing. I mean, even Aaron Shiki himself, he's just kind of posting up with the front side and just popping off Rhapsodies and Destinatas. And no one wants to approach that, just because of how much he hurts. And so now RRQ Hoshi again on this defense. They're going to have to get ready for this. One of the difficult things about this, as you're seeing the shots come through from a distance, is TLID has so much vision. Not even just with a Novaria, but the fact that Aran is literally a walking vision. Like, he is the walking vision. He can spot people out and give that call to the rest of TLID. As now Lord makes its way on the top side. A couple shots. There's the Wind of Nature for Skylar. See if that helps with the defense. There's the pull, but no follow through. Turret's gonna fall though. Lord finally going down. All base turrets still up and okay for RRQ Hoshi. But they lose all the tier 2s, and now TLID, do they take a disciplined route even though they have this 7,000 gold lead? Looks like they'll do just that. They don't want to overstep. They're happy with what they got with that Lord.
Yeah. Fabian just really showing his quick hands. Was able to avoid the I'm offended play from Edok with just one dash. And now a successful defense still for RRQ Hoshi. They were able to save all inhibitor turrets. And now they're going to try to look for a pick off there. So Sojin uses Retribution to try and slow down Aran. While Dyron just keeping TLID at bay. Here comes Aaron Shiki with a Death Sonata. Trying to diss out the damage though, but RRQ Hoshi able to out-sustain that.
And that's all he has to do. Arana just keeps doing that, providing the vision, knows he can take shots, knows he has a revitalize, tanky enough, even with the Radiant Armor, Blade Armor too, still working on the next one. So that's something that RRQ Hoshi has to deal with. It's just they have to force themselves to just not get out-visioned at this point. But how do you do that when you also have a Novaria across from you just shooting from a distance? Divine Glaive also picked up. So this is the difficult part. As they get to these next Lords, these later Lords, depending on how long they can stall out this game. Oh, Edok, Here a couple shots. So,
just look at the range.
That's why I said, how do you fight against this range, man? How do you even get in position? The only time it's going to happen is when you actually go and contest the Lord, because then, you know, you have a couple different angles to go from, but even just trying to get in that position, Team Liquid ID has done such a good job at just kind of setting things up. Yeah. You know, firing off from a distance, and that's why I said, as long as Aran is just in those bushes, in that side of the jungle, or even around the Lord Pit, you're not going to surprise them. You don't have like the Louis Yis or the Chips to help you out with that.
Yeah. I mean, the only surprise factor could come from Edoc's I'm Offended Flicker play. We did, however, see Rins already execute a Flicker in Frigid Glacier combination. Unfortunately, only connected to Aran. So if ever they want to go up against a team with high vision, a huge amount of rage and at the same time damage, they're going to have to catch TLID off guard. They're going to have to catch them by surprise, make an outstanding play, or even just isolate the damage dealers. Try to reach for Yezkiel and Aaron Shiki.
Well, this is where they started up. We'll see if Edoc is able to go ahead and surprise TLID. Lord already started up. Witty prepping up, waiting in. There's the conceal play.
That's a good connection of Astral Echo connecting onto 3. Edoc though quite low. Aaron Shiki still working on him. Now so it's the Jin Embracers. That's onto Aaron, but got bursted down by Aaron Shiki. Here comes the counter attack coming in from RRQ. Frigid Glacier is going to connect though. Dyron steals away the Lord. Now they're going to get Witty down. A double kill for Aaron Shiki, but RRQ will get the Lord.
3 members still alive for RRQ. Hoshi, Dyron able to get the Lord, but TLID to go ahead and deal with this, clear out the lanes. It is a beefed up Lord at this point, almost 18 minutes in. But still, it was only Witty that went down, so the waves will get taken care of. We'll see, again, Rins, Edoc, Skylar still up. You saw the preview too. Skylar's hurting, man. You know, the amount of damage he's able to do with just one kick, one auto even, is definitely showing. It does have all the items that he needs, really. Even got rid of the boots. So now, Lord pushing in on the tier 2. There's the pull.
I'm Offended play onto Aran. Paired up with the Frigid Glacier, a lot of stuns, and they will find to bring down Aran. Aaron Shiki pops the Pride of Ice. It's going to bring down Rins as well. Now TLID, they made quick work of the Lord of RRQ, Hoshi. No inhibitor turrets taken down. Outer turrets are well intact except for the top lane. And now Sutsujin, they're trying to work on Fabian. Here's the dash out. 5.8k gold lead still for TLID, and just like that, you take away the momentum RRQ gained from getting that Lord.
I think, you know, even given this gold lead, it doesn't really matter. RRQ Hoshi is in fighting form. A lot of the times it's more so of the surprise factor, and that's all on Edoc for the most part. Even earlier on for that Lord fight, you know, Witty went in, but then it was just good team fighting from RRQ Hoshi to actually go ahead. And then, yes, Dyron, the fact that he was able to buy time by taking the Lord, you know, that's enough to go ahead and bring yourselves back into the game, and all they need to do is really get past that 21, 22-minute mark, giving themselves a good position for the next Lord. Like I said, Skylar is exactly where he needs to be. Look at the damage already, even on Witty, taking him down with a couple of shots to half health. They just have to play against this range, and who's going to be the one to tank those shots up every single time? It's Sutsujin and Edoc both playing that part. Maybe Dyron to an extent too. Has an endless battle alongside with him, and just basically a hybrid build, you know, even with the Thunder Belt, Thunder Strike, and Team Harass, so that pull's not going to work. So still, RRQ Hoshi, the work's cut out for them. You know, it's not easy sailing at all, but they will go ahead and get prepared because the battle is going to break out for that Lord 30 seconds from now.
You really have to find a huge pick-off here, regardless whoever it is. RRQ Hoshi, they don't have the advantage here. In terms of poke, TLID is well ahead. Vision provided by Aran and by the Astral Echo is on their side. So RRQ Hoshi, they need to save up the battle spells, the flickers for the I'm Offended plays. It can get to go for the backline and pop Aaron Shiki's Purify early on.
Edoc's got it again as long as that Flicker and I'm Offended is available. Oh, top side though.
Okay, they're going to commit the kick onto Dyron though. Dyron buying enough time, trying to work on Fabian. Off is revitalized. Sutsujin and the rest are here to defend. Frigid Glacier and they're going to bring him down. A huge pickoff for RRQ.
Fabian down and the Lord is up. How does RRQ Hoshi play into this? Maybe it's just enough to buy them a little more time because TLID will get in position to defend this and stall this out until their junglers back up. So with that, RRQ Hoshi, good pickoff, good usage of Dyron there on that Benedetta. But things will go into place. Skylar getting in position. They get the call to start it up. Fabian's still 20 seconds away. They go in.
Witty connects the Way of the Dragon onto Edoc. A double kill coming in from Aaron Shiki. Working on Dyron. Pops his Wind of Nature. It's going to be a one-on-one. As RRQ Hoshi still working on the Lord. That Sonata is there. And they bring down Sutsujin. Who's going to get the Lord? RRQ, TLID. The Suns are there. They're going to bring down Witty. Aran will fall down. Skylar's immortality will be popped. But TLID gets the Lord. Aaron Shiki goes in. Popping the Pride of Ice. Rhapsody. Another one. Hoshi. Skylar trying to fight back, but Yezgiel will complete the wipeout for the Cavalry.
It's a wipeout, and what a fight it was for that Lord. But man, what a take. TLID comes together and now working on the mid lane.
And TLID with a huge advantage, a 2-0 over the Kingdom.
Team Liquid Indonesia finding themselves a match point. RRQ Hoshi showing fighting spirit, but man, oh man, could not overcome that charge of the Cavalry at that point. Again, the team fighting, the synergy that we're seeing from TLID has been showcased throughout their journey up to this point.